You wouldn't believe it. Like the bills that we're putting together, the lobbyists that are coming in, tucking in what they want, big donors. Oh my goodness, the donors that came on board in this last election, new donors, totally different donors than we've ever had before. And then you always have the military industrial complex.
Yeah.
All of them have come around and they're demanding their little things. And that's what they have all tried to tuck into the one big beautiful bill. So it's business as usual in Washington.
If you raise a voice against bombing people, like Tom Cotton is upset. Like he wants to be able to kill people, period.
Yeah, I know a lot of my colleagues want to kill people.
What is that?
I think it's a darkness. We're a country. Think about our culture. Ever since I was a little kid, we had movies that we saw movies where Russia's the bad guy. We had war movies of defeating Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, all these movies. And we've grown up with Hollywood telling us who the foreign bad guys are.
Yes.
And making these people our complete enemies and never humanizing them. And so, yes, and there's just this obsession with war and killing and murder.
Yes.
And that is sick. It's sick that America is cheering that we bombed another country. Everyone I work with is just over the top excited that we may be going to war to kill people. They never think about the innocent people, or they don't care about the innocent people.
Really, the only issue that all Republicans in the House agree on is that Israel is a priority over the United States. They all agree.
Oh, absolutely. They all agree. Since I've become a member of Congress since 2021, we have voted on 22 resolutions for Israel, 22 of them. All kinds of resolutions, denouncing antisemitism, supporting Israel. We voted on 22 of those. We never vote on resolutions proclaiming great things about America or defending certain Americans or defending Americans in general. But we have voted on 22 resolutions in the House defending Israel. The last one I voted no on, and then the one before that I voted present because I just started getting sick of it. It's coming to a point where it's so obvious all the time in everyone's language, the social media posts they put out, the statements that they make. They have to proclaim Israel. They have to proclaim their faith and loyalty in Israel and how Israel is our greatest ally. And it's a statement that has to be made over and over and over again, to the point it's becoming like, wait a minute, in Congress, everyone is chasing and pursuing and proclaiming their loyalty to a foreign country. And my goodness, I have nothing against Israel. I wish them well. Exactly. I wish the people of Israel well. I wish Jewish people well, but I also wish every country well. And I want good things for everyone.
So why do you hate Israel so much?
Right? It disgusts me. Honestly, I turned a corner this past weekend where I'd had it. I have been in 4 years. My first 4 years was under the Biden administration. And so everything I blamed on Democrats. So we've been in power for 6 months. And I was so excited in the beginning thinking there's nothing we can't do. Literally nothing we can't do. But 6 months in, there's literally nothing that we can do. And then we ended up bombing a foreign country. And that upset me so much. I literally ran because I was mad at Republicans.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still mad at Republicans because it is affecting our children's lives and future. And it's our job to hold our elected leaders accountable. It's my job to hold my colleagues accountable.
Have we gotten to the point where you have sincere Christians who I think I probably agree with on everything? How do we get to a point where good people like that are making the case that Jesus wants more bombing?
I don't know where it comes from. I think, to me, what I've witnessed, just, from my opinion, it is embedded in our education system. We're taught all these things. We're, of course, taught about the Holocaust, taught about the nation of Israel. It's embedded in our education, but it's also embedded in church. It's embedded in church, and they take that verse back in, I guess it's Genesis
12.
Genesis 12, bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. Americans have been taught that they have to do whatever Israel says, and it's the secular government of Israel. The secular government should not be telling Christians in America what they should and shouldn't do with their tax dollars, with their military, and with who their allegiance should go to. So if if those people want to tear down their government, God bless them, let them do it. But it's not our job to do it. Now, Israel wants it to be our job.
Of course.
They want regime change.
Yep.
And that is their goal. And that's why we're seeing propaganda back on the news that now Iran is months away from having a nuclear weapon, rebuilding their program and having a nuclear weapon, because we have to go right back to it. They've been saying that since the 1990s. So they have to say it again over and over and over again. But that's what they want. And they want America to be drug into it. I got to tell you, it was the coolest thing this past week when I took a really hard stance and I said, I'm totally against this. This is literally what we campaigned on not doing. And here we're doing the thing we said we wouldn't do. And when I spoke out against it, it was like just what you described. Two sides.
Yes.
The one side that was like, yes, we will defend Israel. We will defend them no matter what, against anyone. We'll send our children to die for them. We'll take all the nuclear bombs upon ourselves before we let anything happen to Israel. So we have that whole side. And war.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know. And then we had the whole other side, which was all these people that came out of the woodwork from all over the place. Democrats, liberals, progressives, Republicans, MAGA, America First, flooding in. And it was an all range of things. As you know, the MAGA and America First people was like, I agree with MTG. She's right. And then you've got the people on the left are going, oh my God, what is happening to me? This is the end of the world. I'm agreeing with MTG. Like they're doing mental gymnastics because they're agreeing with me. And it was hilarious, but they're flooding my office with phone calls agreeing with me. And I'm sitting here going, hey, Republicans, remember we said we weren't going to do this? Imagine how much support we could have if we stuck with it. Every
single Republican I'm aware of, other than you and maybe Massey, is like in this weird kind of Israel worship mode all the time. And many Democrats, by the way, Pelosi, chief among them. What is that?
So when a candidate steps forward and they're running for Congress, they get approached by all kinds of groups, all the special issue groups, everything from pro-life groups to pro-gun groups to Christian groups. And there's a group called Aipac, and they come too. And so they'll have a survey form for you to fill out. Each group has a survey form. There's a group called Aipac, and they come and they want to know what's your position on Israel. And they want you to write a paper, and they want to fill you out on your position on Israel. And then if you get elected to Congress, if you win your race, everyone's freshman year, Aipac will take Republicans and Democrats, new members, on a special trip to Israel.
Do they pay for it?
So I don't know if they pay for it, but I should find that out because I think that's important. But here's the situation, and it can't be ignored, and I have no problem talking about it. I think any special interest group, if they are representing another country, a foreign country, they have to register that way.
Under the Foreign Agent Registration Act, FARA.
We have a law. Yes, they should register under that law. And I think, and their Americans are members of AIPAC. They're members, they donate to it.
Well, sure.
But if you're still an American and you were representing the interest of any foreign country.
Americans who are lobbying on behalf of a foreign country have to register. Doesn't mean they can't lobby. It's just it's fair to have them register.
Yes.
So why isn't AIPAC registered? Why aren't they registered under FARA? I don't understand that.
I think everybody's too afraid to push that issue.
Why?
Tucker, I have no idea. Because I think it's because it's such a strong group that will come against you. They will come against you. They will fund a primary against you. I'll probably get a primary funded against me for even saying this on this show. But you know what? I don't care.
It's just funny. It's like you and Massey are the only member, and the whole class, Republicans are the majority of the House of Representatives. Mm-hmm. Majority of 435.
Yeah, both sides.
Well, 535 with the Senate. And I still think you and Massey are the only ones who've ever said anything like this.
I'm sure. I'm sure we're the only ones. We're not the only ones that think it, but we're the only ones that say it. I think there's a small percentage of them that agree with me, but they don't want to say it. They won't say it out loud. It's too risky. Or they perceive it to be too risky because they don't want to be called anti-Semitic. That's the label. It's like once you get called that label, you get all these nasty articles written about you.
Yeah.
You get all these, the RJC comes after you, and then you've got donors coming to you and saying you can't be anti-Semitic. When here's the honest truth, it's not anti-Semitic to say we shouldn't be fighting a war that Israel started. And it's not anti-Semitic to say we shouldn't be doing what Netanyahu is telling us to do when he's in the tank in polls in his own country. And it's not anti-Semitic to say that there was a vote on last Thursday, that he barely won by 2 votes. And had he have lost that vote, there would have been an election called. And according to the polls, he would have lost. And then the next day on Friday, they launched the attack on Iran. And what does war do? Pulls everybody together. And so that's not anti-Semitic to talk about. That's reality. And it's not anti-Semitic to say Americans' hard-earned tax dollars in a nation where we're $37 trillion in debt shouldn't be going to Israel.
Do you ever sit in the House and ever have someone say, we're voting on our 22nd Israel resolution? Like this is a lot, actually.
I did, finally.
But does anybody ever say, again? Like,
no.
We have a country too. 350 million people live here. No one ever says that.
No.
So Nancy Mace is like, she's just excited to vote for another.
Yes.
So it's not just, everyone talks about Aipac. I've already said I think they should register under FAIR. It's a foreign lobby.
It's common sense.
Not attacking him.
It's not even saying anything bad about them. They just should be registered.
It's insulting, of
course.
And
they can continue
that everyone's afraid to say that. You shouldn't be afraid.
No.
But it's not just, there's something, like, what is this? This, I think, is the weirdest thing. Brian Mast shows up in an IDF uniform in the Congress. Are you allowed to show up in a foreign military uniform in the Congress?
I don't think it's, I don't, it's like waving a foreign flag on the floor.
But they're all over the place.
But he served over there in the IDF. Yeah.
How can an American serve in a foreign military and keep his citizenship?
I have no idea.
Why all the flags, the foreign flags in the Congress? I was just up there last week and every member has a foreign flag. The Republicans all have Israeli flags. Mm-hmm. Does anyone ever talk about this?
No. It is widely accepted. Funniest thing to me, Tucker, was how come, okay, look, our country funded that war in Ukraine, funded it. And our military leaders ran that war. They have been all about that war. We fund their government. We fund their retirement. We have funded their small businesses. The American people tragically have kept Ukraine afloat. But how come we couldn't watch that war on television? And I say that sarcastically because I think it's ridiculous. We could watch the Israel and Iran launching bombs at each other and exploding in their cities and people's reactions and the nonstop commentary and counting missiles and how many missiles they shot down. But we never saw that with Ukraine and Russia. And I want to know why. Why didn't we see that? It's an interesting comparison. Why can you watch one on TV and you can't watch the other one on TV? Why do we have to be shown on TV 24 hours a day, nuclear armed Israel being bombed and attacked? And why do we have to be fed that when we're not fed that about any other war anywhere else?
We're being manipulated. That's why.
Yes.